Hi, I'm Mercy Oyelowo, and I welcome you to 2106789 Professional Consultants. My topic for this individual consultancy project is promoting sustainable energy consumption and reducing energy costs in households. This entire phase of the coursework actually involved 4 phases, which we'll be looking at during the course of this work. But however, for this particular section, we'll be looking at project closure and reflection. Under this client project closure and reflection, we'll be looking at the solution model testing plan and evaluation of outputs. Also, we'll consider if there are going to be any adjustments concerning our preferred solution. After which we'll delve into data visualization, communication of insight, and interpretation and application. Then we'll go to recommending the next step of action to the client, after which we'll send a report to them to get their feedback on if or what their understanding is or what they think about our response. And then we'll move to key lessons learned and personal reflection. Before I move into details of this section, I'm giving a brief background on the client. Our client is an individual household who is a breadwinner of family of 5, and it has been actually in this United Kingdom for like 10 years. But in the recent years, his concern was actually raised regarding his energy bills. He noticed that he has been eating deep into his budget, and that prompted him to invite us to provide an advice on what he can do on way forward. Then after we have gathered his data, we delve into the analysis of those data using a tool called RStudio. From that analysis, we're able to depict, come up with a comprehensive analysis of his data, which gave us this graph that is displayed on this section. From this, we could see that there's a consistent rise between the previous year 2022 and year 2021, especially in the second and the fourth quarter. So looking at this, we decided to review quite a number of literatures to understand why this is so. From our review of literatures, which was carried out during the current state analysis of this project, which is phase 2. From the review, we noticed that this soaring energy cost is actually a global issue, not just particular to the UK. Why it's impacted UK more was that a lot of people from one of our quite a question in our research survey showed that majority of the household in the United Kingdom are actually heavy user of gas. They actually rely largely on gas because most of the houses are powered by gas. Hence, we notice that majorly one of the reasons why this was so for the United Kingdom, why the price of their energy started going up started when they actually exited from the European Union. And also the problem with the Russian and Ukrainians actually impacted these energy costs negatively. So this actually probably made a lot of suppliers to be out of the market, leading to the demand for energy being greater than the available supply in the United Kingdom. This takes us to the project objective. So because of the problem that we have identified, we now came up with an objective of providing and identifying effective strategies for reducing energy consumption and cost for the clients. Taking us through this objective, we came up with the testing plan that will enable us, testing plan criteria and evaluation that will enable us know whether what the solutions we have recommended for the clients is actually something they should consider or something that will be effective. So the process we designed for this stage was survey methodology, data collection robustness to ensure that our survey methodology encompassed selecting a sample which was within the target population, and we did not just select any sample. We ensure that the samples are household that are actually domestic energy users, and from the feedback we got, about 77 response came back, out of which 78% was able to complete the survey successfully. This amount gave us, at least it shows that our feedback, our survey response was going to be valid, and we'll be able to draw a lot of conclusion from there. Also, one of the responses, the age group, we observed that the age group that responded more to this survey was actually in the band of 35 to 44 and 55 to 64, the 45 to 54, and it was actually within the age that we can say, oh, these people are decision makers. They can actually take decisions on what they want to do on energy cost. And so this actually, we now proceed to recommend, these are the recommended solutions we offered to the clients. From these recommendations, one of the things we advise, because we actually carried out a lot of literature review. So from this review, we were able to come up with 2 solutions. The first one was that the client should consider purchasing energy efficient appliances, because this kind of energy efficient appliances are actually structured in such a way that even though the appliances will be in use, at the long run, the energy that will be consumed will not be much, it will be less. Then we now look at it that even if the client decides to get these appliances, if their attitude and behavior are not right for this solution, it's not going to be effective. So we now advise that they should also consider adopting positive energy conscious behavior and practices, which are something that might not really be that they might not say, oh, this is, but we observe from different reviews and from the feedback we gather that these seemingly little steps are actually very effective. So from the analysis we carried out, we discovered that the recommendation we prefer is actually something that the client should consider, and okay, hence there will not be any need for any adjustments. Now we move into data visualization, communication of insights, and interpretation. From this, we first extracted some information from the demographics on our survey. The one we are looking at, the particular one we focus on, is the age band, because we wanted to know if some of the criteria we set for the testing phase was actually something that was being followed and valid. So from that, we were able to, from this age of analysis of the respondents, we saw that the age group of 35 to 44 are response, we got about 45% of the response from that age group, and this is actually the age group where our client falls into. Then the other age group that was also close, that we got about 26% response from, was the age group of 45 to 54 years of old age. So, and that actually gave us like 26%. So these two band of age are actually like major decision makers when it comes to household cost of living. Then we also observe about 8% and 14% between the age group of 18 to 24 and 25 to 34, which we can categorize as probably those youths or in the future generation. And this also gave at least a level of comfort that the younger generation are also considering energy saving practices. This does not leave the people of the older generation. They also gave us some feedback. Then we move to, after this, we looked at the major questions that actually helped us to conclude on our recommendation. This question, the first one is on energy saving practices. This question actually helps us to understand the frequency with which these households are actually are implementing and have adopted these energy saving practices. So the first on the first response, which is never, we got about 6% of the respondents that says they have never implemented energy saving measures, while about 23% said they observe energy saving measures sometimes, and 13% said they observe energy saving measures about half of the time, while 32%, which is the majority of the response, said they observe energy saving practices most of the time. Then we also have another level of respondent, which is 26%, and that is, they said they confirm that they always implement energy saving measures. So from this feedback, it gave us a level of encouragement to show that people are actually they actually are aware of these energy saving measures, really, because it shows that people are actually impacted by this soaring energy cost. So it quite a number of people who have already started taking steps and into how they can cut down on their costs on energy. Then we decide to test the impact of this implementation that they said they have started doing, that they are observing. We now came up with another question that has to do with impact of these saving measures they have taken. Those questions has covers areas like no, maybe, and yes. So we're asking to this question actually look into the real world effects of energy conscious practices. So from this, we add 27% of the respondents, of the people that said that they have started using implementing this energy saving procedure. They said they have noticed that they have not noticed any changes since they've started the implementation, while 29% said they were not sure that they are not sure if there has been changes since they implemented these energy saving measures, while the large amount of the respondents, which is 44%, said yes, that they have observed quite a number of saving on their energy usage, on their quite a number of quite an amount of savings on their energy bills since the implementation of all of these energy saving measures. And this actually gave us an encouraging, it looks like an encouraging sign, because since the highest response we got from here is that which was 44%, shows that they are actually experiencing that the effect on the impact of these energy saving measures is positive, and is something that can actually lead to energy saving measures if it is rightly implemented. Then we didn't stop there. We also proceeded to carrying out a comprehensive analysis on the effectiveness of these energy appliances usage in these households. And from the feedback we got, we have about for this effectiveness, we have about 5 segments. Like 11% of the respondents said that since they have installed the appliances, they've not experienced any, said not effective, that that the implementation was not effective to them, while 36% said they experienced a slight that it was slightly effective for them since they have started adopting these energy saving measures and the implementation of the appliances. However, the largest amount of these respondents came back to say that they have that the effect for them was a moderate one, that they've actually experienced changes. They've noticed positive changes in the implementation since the implementation of these measures. Then we also have another level that says that, which was 11%. Another 11% said it was very effective, while we have another segment that says it was extremely effective, which that was 5%. And really, having a number saying that the implementation of these processes was extremely effective and very effective is actually something to consider as a success. This actually looks like a validation of our recommended solution to the client, that if the client can implement these solutions appropriately, they will definitely experience a level of cuts on their costs, on their energy costs, because the feedback we got was quite encouraging. And because of this, we decided to advise the clients on the steps they can take to see the success of this implementation. We started by giving them a summary, an executive summary of the whole project phase, which we have talked about at a point on this slide. Then the next step of action we recommended to the client, the first one was for the client to actually carry out a comprehensive an assessment of their current energy consumption patterns, because this will actually enable them to identify those appliances that are actually consuming a high energy. And they'll be able to, when they do, if they're able to carry this assessment, they'll be able to understand the patterns on how their energy usage has been going before, and so that then after they have implemented the solutions, they can also compare what the situation was before the implementation and what it was after the implementation. Then after they have been able to do this, then we'll advise that they should proceed to the stage of comprehensively implementing these solutions. Because if they decide to implement the solutions haphazardly, it might not yield a positive result. So we also advise them to continue learning, to be open, to stay informed on these energy saving practices information, and to carry the family members along on energy saving efficiency, and so that they will continue to know the significance of what they have embarked upon. The next step we advise them to consider is implementation and monitoring of feedback mechanism. We believe that if they put some feedback mechanism in place, it's going to actually help them and encourage them in monitoring of the solutions. This will actually be, they will be able to set goals. They'll be able to set their energy saving goals, and they will actually be able to continue reviewing these goals. Then we also advise that they should consider consultation with professional experts that can carry out an audit of their house, so they can get a additional support. Then after this, we sent the report to the client, and we actually got a positive feedback from them, and they expressed their joy regarding the feedback and the work, and they actually requested for more information, which we are working on sending to them. And then now moving to the key lessons learned and reflection. There are so many key lessons from this project journey, but the one that stood out to me was the implementation of adopting these energy saving practices. Even to me as a personal, as a domestic energy user, I realized that consciously I've started turning off lights. I've started when they are not in uses. I've started observing off-peak time for energy usage, and even encouraging my household to educating them on the necessity for improving on our energy usage. Concerning my reflection, I applied the Gibbs Reflective Learning Circle to express this all I've gone through this project, which was actually in full of ups and down. It was a journey for me. The major challenge was getting a client and also understanding the some of the requirements for some of the phases of this project. If not for my supervisor, I don't know if I would have been able to achieve what I was able to achieve so far on this project journey, because she was actually supportive. Each time we have a session with her, we are always having something to go back on and review, and it will always give us an headway on where we are stopped. So I want to really then looking at that, I know most of these things are actually to make us a better person. In the process of the journey, I also learned to work on my time management skills, because from the Gantt chart we worked on, the work schedule that we created for this work schedule plan that we created for this project. Actually, looking back through how we started, how we've gone, where we've gone, and what we've been able to do, at least I can say that it was something that was a positive. So I think the Gantt chart actually helps, because each time I go back to the Gantt chart, I try to use it as a guide to be able to meet up with the project requirements. And so far, looking forward, I've set up some plans that I've put some plans in place that will help me to continually improve in my project analysis skills and research work. At this point, I want to say a very big thank you to my supervisor, to the lead supervisor, for always pushing us and always providing support when it's required. And also the client has been so supportive. If not for the client, I'm not sure I would have been able to complete to be able to have a project, a client, or something to work on. So I want to say a very big thank you to the entire school and the members of my class, my group, that have always been helpful. Yeah, so thank you so much. If you required any questions, I'll be available at mo22aaf@arts.ac.uk. Thank you.